Okay, hi, it's Phil. This is Activation Day. This is
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Can just sneak over here so they can see your face.
Yes, hi. Oh, there I am.
Jennifer and Amanda.
Hello.
Okay, all right. So now we're going to ignore you and just get busy over here.
So, like
Okay.
I was saying, you have two different devices. One is the N7 and one is the Canzo.
Okay,
We will start with activation on one device. That way you don't have too many things to learn. You just have one device to kind of feel comfortable with, and then we'll introduce the next one
okay,
when it seems like an appropriate time.
okay,
Generally, I lean patients towards this one to start because I do feel like since it's a new device, having it behind your ear might feel a little more secure. And that being said, I've had one patient lose their Canzo like day 2, and so that's another reason why I'm like, let's start with the N7 if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure. The only thing I worry about it, it's probably not an issue.
incision.
Yeah, the incision.
Okay, sure.
Is that going to annoy me? We can try it on without activating it to see.
Yeah, that works.
I can hear you without these in here. These have been great for what they do.
Do you want to just rest it on your ear then?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Let's see if it get these things curly cues in there. Do something. What?
Do you want me to close that for you?
Yeah. I'm getting all confused.
I'll work on this.
Okay, thanks.
You want to just put that on your ear, see how it feels?
And I'm going. Which way am I going?
That is gonna go behind the ear, and the ear hook, that clear part in front. So like this. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm confused. Oh, I see.
Yep, right like that. I mean, it's not gonna be ideal because right now I don't have a battery attached, but how does it?
Is that a mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how it's on there.
Yeah.
You see it?
Okay, good.
How does it feel?
Well, can you let it go, or is it will it fall
Well,
away?
it's gonna fall. If I connect the cable, let's do that, and then that might help keep it on. Okay. So.
Okay.
And then your magnet.
So that just balances. It's not. It doesn't snug like these do.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
There we go.
Whoa, that's odd.
So that's how does that feel on your ear?
On the ear is fine.
Lightweight.
I thought, see, this thing tucks in and kind of wedges in, and so it hinges on the incision.
Okay.
This thing's just hanging there.
Seems okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's way out in front like that. This microphone.
Yes. It's not a microphone right there. That's the ear hook that you were kind of pointing at.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where it would go.
Okay.
Yep. Looks like that's how it's gonna sit.
Okay.
And it feels okay.
That's
you
fine.
think?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Great. And your magnet feels good. Do you want to feel it?
I felt it for when you first put it on, and then it went away.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I got used to it. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Just kind of test the magnet strength there.
Okay.
Sometimes, after surgery, there can be a little swelling, and that can obviously generally goes away on its own.
Generally what?
Goes away on its own.
Yeah.
So we will continue to monitor that magnet strength very closely.
Okay.
It should never cause pain, discomfort, redness, or anything like that.
Okay.
That one, I don't imagine having that occur for you at all.
Okay.
So next what we're going to do is measure the internal device, a setting we can measure from that.
Okay.
You might hear sound, but most likely you won't for this first part, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Do you run it twice on activation? Okay.
We'll be the same. so now we're going to create your settings. And to do that, we're going to have you listen for some beeps. They're going to be very soft beeps for some of them. Almost like the hearing test, those soft of beeps.
Okay.
And we'll have you count how many beeps you hear as best you can. You'll hear 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 beeps. Okay? And don't cheat and look at the computer, okay?
Oh, I see. You got it up there somewhere.
All right.
All right.
Great. Yep. And then compliances. Yep. Make sure we know where those are.
So you said there's no battery in that.
Not right now, because
But
we're
you're
connected
juicing it
with
through
the
this.
cable.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. And so once we're done with all these kind of sounds that you're going to hear, before we turn it on for you to hear us in the room with it, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good. Okay.
Okay.
So I would drag give you 6. Yeah. Okay, here comes some beeps, okay?
Okay.
That's okay. It might take a
That's all
minute
right.
till you
That's fine.
start hearing them.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I dragged it up.
Ooh.
You hear those?
I didn't count because I was
Okay.
too busy enjoying it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We can replay that one.
Yeah, go ahead. I think 3 or 4, but I didn't.
Okay, very good.
3.
Great.
That was a pure tone.
I don't know if I would say that. I mean, we're
Same way.
stimulating certain electrodes. Yeah.
Okay, because it just sounded like noise, but very soft.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
2.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard that. Was that 2?
Okay.
That's very soft.
Mm-hmm.
3. I think 4. The last one was louder than the
Good.
first 3. Did you do that, or is it the brain just decided that it's
Yeah,
louder?
sometimes patients will say it like it fades away sometimes or things like that.
Okay. That was very faint until the last one was a tiny bit louder.
Oh, okay.
Leave that there.
Did you just do some beat? That might have been 3. If you did.
Okay. Okay. Good.
I think I heard 3.
Okay.
Very, very faint.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was 3. I think I heard 3 more. 2 maybe. Am I anywhere near accurate?
You're doing good.
Okay,
Yes.
good. You just do 3.
Close.
Okay.
I think I heard 2. This seems like higher frequencies.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Might have heard something there, but
Okay.
not well enough to count. Is that 2?
Good.
It's much higher frequency there, so that's 3.
Okay.
Might have heard something, but I can't count them quite.
Okay.
Sounds like it's very high frequency.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 2, I think. Maybe? Very high frequency.
Mm-hmm.
That's way up there. I didn't get a count though. 3 maybe? It sounds like 10 kilohertz or higher.
Pretty close.
Two, I think. That was 4. Two. Three.
Can you find my scale there? Those flowers. Oh! I should have.
Flowers.
It's okay. It's okay.
Are they real or fake?
They're real, but
Oh,
it's not the best. You know, it's not a real vase.
I'm gonna hand it to you
Yeah.
just because it's real tippy now.
Okay.
man, oh, man.
They're barely fitting in here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
Somebody got
fine.
Valentine's flowers.
Yes.
They are, yes.
Aw.
I'll just put them right down here and then they don't tip over from a high surface.
Do you want the specific Cochlear
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. That's perfect.
or just AV lips?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that one's generally what I use.
So now you're gonna hear some louder sounds.
Do I have to read something?
A little bit.
Okay.
So I don't want you to count the beeps anymore.
No.
I'd like for you to tell me kind of how loud they are.
Okay.
So down here is you just barely hear it. Then we get up here to kind of comfortable sounds, and then we kind of want to be right here, most comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, and so we want to kind of push it. We want it to be loud but comfortable.
I know
Yeah.
the arrow's there, so it's
There we go.
confusing.
All right.
So we want it to be up here. So So loud, but still tolerable. Not like you want to take your implant off.
Okay.
Do you use 2 or 3?
I think 3 for him.
And then you usually bring it up.
Yeah, you can drag it.
Why don't you give me the kids side? This one's more fun. It's pretty soft.
Okay.
Here, about a 2 or 3. That's almost intelligible there, so it's still very soft, or soft. Throw out a 4. It's 5. 5 or 6. 6. I could listen to it for a long time. I might be annoyed, but not discomfort. Yeah, it's getting close to a 7. You want to try one more? Yeah, down 1 would be better. It's 6 or 7. Way up there somewhere. So 2. It's still soft. It seems like it's. You can't play that on a speaker, so I can hear it what it is here. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. All right. 3 or 4. That's a 5 at least. Maybe 6. Go ahead. That would be annoying after a while. I call that a 6.
Okay.
You want to push it to 7?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 7.
It's about a 7?
Yeah. Let's say the bird. That's a 3. It's the same volume. That seems like it changed the pitch or something.
Okay.
That's still a 4. 5, approaching 6. That's a 6. And that's a 7.
Great.
By the way, I don't know if Jessica ordered the right side too? I was going to get a right one also that pairs with all this.
I will have
forgot to ask.
to look. I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll have to find that out.
Okay, because I need high frequency boost on this side, and then it was going to pair with all this stuff. And
Yes.
need telephone and voice on both sides or something.
Okay, we'll take a look.
What's the name of that brand or that would pair with Cochlear?
You know.
Cochlear would be Resound.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's huge. All that for this little tiny thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
$100,000 backpack.
I guess so. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have you tell me again kind of where we are in the loudness comfort, okay?
Okay. Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah, 3. 4. That's actually close to a 6. Go ahead.
So I have to come down. No sugar rays.
It's 5, 6.
Okay.
Very soft. No, that's a 1. Maybe 2. Mm, 3 to 4, somewhere in there. About 5.
Okay. And that's just under her legs.
Okay.
So, so we're gonna do something again in the computer where you may or you may not hear sounds. You don't have to tell me
Okay.
how they are.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna go back to this
Okay.
task.
It's pretty close to a 6. Still a 6. No, that never changed. That's a louder 6.
Okay.
It's not 7 yet, though. It's a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Do 10. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna do it like 4 times.
So we've kind of done the initial programming. So we picked a few frequencies and we just wanted to see kind of the softest level that you could hear and count those beeps, and then we kind of wanted to find your loud but comfortable level, give you a range. So we've turned it way down because it's a whole kind of new way of hearing and it can seem extremely loud at first. Your brain will acclimate pretty quickly. So we're kind of ready to go live. We're kind of ready to turn it on and start talking and see what you're hearing. But I kind of wanted to talk about what you might hear. And I'm sure you were kind of counseled with it about this before you kind of decided to go down this route. But I just want to reiterate that kind of everyone has a different experience. You see the YouTube moments where people can totally understand what is being said and it's a miracle. But then for a lot of people, you turn it on and I might sound like Donald Duck or I might just sound like
As
Sweet.
long as you don't sound like Donald Trump.
I don't think
Donald Duck is
that's
fine.
yeah.
No.
I think I'd rather hear Donald Duck too. But
Get the state extracted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it might also just sound like kind of electronic robot noises. So we
wow.
really don't know what to expect.
Okay.
It's gonna take a lot of listening effort to kind of get you where you'll end up, but
Okay.
just wanted to make sure you kind of know what to expect when we turn it on,
Okay.
which is a very wide range of things.
And then also, like Amanda said, we're gonna turn it on. The goal is to turn it on so it's soft, and then we're gonna gradually raise the volume until it sounds just right for volume, even though the sound quality may not sound very good.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. We're kind of lowering your expectations,
Yeah.
so you're not giving your hopes up that today's gonna be fabulous if it doesn't turn out that way.
I'm expecting it to sound like a freight train.
Okay, there we go.
That's a great place to
So
start.
of course I told that to Facebook and my friends, hey Phil, I said your recordings of freight trains.
Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna turn you on. Okay,
Whoa,
it's on.
whoa.
We're pretty low volume wise.
Is it loud for you though?
No.
Okay. How is it
It's
sounding?
just, yeah, mechanical.
Mechanical. Okay.
It's funny.
Really interesting.
Are you getting Donald Duck?
Or worse.
Okay.
Oh, I heard that S. Give me some S sounds and T's and
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
yeah, I can hear a little bit.
Good. How is the volume of our voices? Does it sound far away or?
Softer than this, and this isn't aided at all. So
Okay.
But this is normal.
So we'll turn it up some more, kind of real slowly.
But it's loud enough to be distracting.
Distracting.
So
Okay.
I'd say whatever. If you want to turn it up, great. Whatever.
We'll try it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, it came up just a small amount.
Okay.
Does that make much of a difference for you?
A little bit.
Okay. Are any sounds particularly harsh?
No.
I'm gonna bring you up a little bit more.
Okay.
Alright, took you up another small step.
Okay.
How's the volume? Anything uncomfortable?
No. Keep talking.
Okay. Just wondering how the volume is, if any
No,
particular sound is painful.
If I block this and make a little
Mhm.
noise by moving, I can't understand you.
Okay,
But I hear a robot in my head.
perfect.
Kind of entertaining.
Is-
It's my new friend for a while.
If the volume's not uncomfortable, I might bring you up a little bit.
Okay.
So I just took you up another small step.
Oh, I hear the S is better.
Okay, we've got some S's. How about some T's? They
Uh-huh.
sound okay?
Yeah.
How's the volume kind of overall?
That's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem.
I'm gonna bring you up another step.
Okay. Give my brain something to do. That
Yeah.
came up a little bit.
It did come up a little bit. How's
Seems
that?
like there's a delay. I hear
Mhm.
myself on the right ear before I hear the rah, rah, rah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way it is, or am I gonna figure that out?
I would say that's normal in the beginning. Generally, that improves over time.
Okay.
How is the
Alright.
volume?
We still got a ways to go.
Still pretty
And
soft, would you
it's,
say?
Let me see. Because of the delay and the different
Mhm.
frequency, it's almost the same as this one. It's just so, this is weird noises and this is man's voice, so it's like hard to compare volume when there are different
It is difficult.
frequency ranges.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to try higher, that's fine.
Okay, gonna bring you up a little bit.
Okay.
Come up another small step. How are we doing?
That's enough, if not more than enough.
Okay.
I can tolerate that if I have to.
Okay.
Is it the quality
If
or
that
the
will,
volume?
if that will help me adapt faster than a lower volume, that's fine. Ask me again so I can hear
Sure.
you talking without me talking.
Is it the quality or the volume that you
Interesting.
mentioned?
Yeah.
Hard to distinguish between the two, or?
Subjectively, it seems like the volume's the same, but just this is mechanical noise and this is voices.
Okay. As we raise the volume, is the quality of the sound changing or staying the same?
Stays the same.
Staying the same. Okay. And you would say, my voice doesn't sound like I'm shouting at you.
No.
Doesn't sound like I'm talking from far, far away. Can you tell?
Because of the delay, it sort of sounds like an echo,
An echo.
which makes me think you're far away.
Oh, okay.
Because I hear you this, and a tenth of a second later I hear that, so it sounds
Okay.
like the far away echo.
I see. Let's try a little bit more.
Okay.
We're gonna go up another small step. Okay. Come up a little bit.
Okay,
Is the echo any better?
keep talking.
And we're also wondering if this is an uncomfortably loud volume. We want to make sure that it's not too loud, but that we're giving the brain some information. So is
That would be okay.
Is the echo better? Or are we still feeling like there's a little bit of a...
Could you, since it was you talking at the time,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So how is this sounding? Any different than just a minute ago? About the same? Hard
It's a
to
little
say.
Tiny bit less echo, which is
A little bit less echo. Okay.
weird. Okay.
Good. And volume-wise, still pretty good as far as you can
Distracting
tell.
because it's mechanical.
Okay.
Volume.
Okay.
It might be a little, like I'm afraid if I'm on the bus or Max train or the tunnel, it's just going to be
Blaringly
at the moment, that's all
loud.
I'm worried about.
Okay.
I can pop it up if I need to, right?
Okay. What about?
Or use the Apple talk to it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What if I clap really loud?
That hurts this year more than that one.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you're not hurting the implant one.
Okay. Do you have sensitivity on that ear to sound, loud sounds? Possibly.
Single-sided hearing is more sensitive than
Mm-hmm. Okay.
two-sided hearing,
Okay.
in my experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this might be a good starting point. And then what we're going to give you is some louder settings to work up through as it's comfortable for you before your next appointment.
Okay.
We don't want things to be uncomfortably loud. Hopefully, this level, it may be that the sound quality isn't exactly your preferred quality of sound, and it might be very high pitched, which is very normal. But we would want the volume to be not uncomfortable for any kind of sound, really.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll find that's the case. Why don't we go ahead and turn it off to save these settings, and then we'll walk you through how to put it on, take it off, put the batteries on and off, kind of the basics, make sure you're comfortable with that, and then kind of go from there.
Okay. Are you able to just feed sound into that? Like voice or music?
Just
or...
into the implant?
Yeah.
So that ear, you have some hearing on.
This is normal.
It's a normal hearing ear. Okay. So if you plug that ear, can you tell us how it's sounding?
Go ahead.
Okay. Is this sound any different, or is it sounding about the same?
It's the same mechanical.
Same.
You know, I can't understand you yet.
Okay. Okay. And that's gonna take
You
time.
sound the same to me as I sound to me.
Okay, okay, and that happens a lot of times. Patients will say that.
Okay.
Everybody's voice sounds exactly the same. Things will start, you'll start picking up, the difference in voices, and you're gonna definitely hear a lot of sounds you probably may have been missing, potentially. I mean, given your other ear's pretty good, it may not be quite as much compared to someone who's got like profound hearing loss in both ears.
Right.
But also because you have that good comparison ear, that can make it potentially a little longer, for you to adapt to it.
Uh-huh.
On one hand, it's great because you've
Can
got
make it longer to adapt to?
potentially.
I thought it would be shorter.
I mean, because it's like you're comparing with your really perfect ear, and that ear will never be like that other ear is. So for some patients that can be challenging, but on the other hand, the benefit is, I guess you've got that other side. to hopefully get that implant working towards, if that makes sense. Time will tell. I mean, the biggest thing is time, wearing it all waking hours, as much as you can. Listening practices can be helpful as well, all kinds of things like that.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and save this. Like I said, this is our kind of a starting point, okay? Okay.
I'm gonna turn you off.
Okay. Bye-bye. So, music would be fun. Do you have a piano in here?
I do not.
I do.
Old fashioned savvy up there you go. And then you can like kind of put some maps.
Do
We've got
that.
one over there. Where it has 3 next to the print screen.
There. Oop, this one. Yep.
And then go into each of them before we save those. So click on 2. And I would go to shift. And it's on threshold and shift them by 3 up, just threshold because it's only shifting comfort levels and I like to have both shifted up. That makes sense?
Yes. So
Uh-huh.
And then save that one. And then the next one. So that one you're gonna have to go by 6. That makes sense?
and then 9. Right. The next one will be 9.
Yes. Going right into the processor.
And do you make the default?
Yes. And then can you put on the 3 dots? I just want to look at next to the word scan. The little thing with the 3 dots.
This one.
Yep, there you go. And then click on more settings and process information. Sorry. I think that's good.
Okay.
Cancel all that. And then go ahead and write to the processor. And assume it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's for yes.
Sorry, what was that?
You write to the processor. Yep. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Told you I had a piano with me.
You are correct.
Or you turn me on, I have to do something.
It's loading the settings,
Got it.
and once it's ready, we'll put the battery on it so you can hear again with it.
Okay.
So we'll just need to charge them and then
Got to wiggle this a little bit
Oh,
on
it
the,
came off.
on the processor fell off. I don't know which way it faces.
It goes like. Okay.
How do I know by feel? Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take it off for a moment to get the battery connected to it.
Okay. It may be disconnected just because it fell off so easily. But I'll let you be the judge.
We're going to use disposable batteries to start because the rechargeable need to be charged. So with the disposable, there's 2 parts to it. One that holds the batteries, and then the cover that slides over the batteries.
Okay.
So these, if you can see, line up with those. You see that?
Oh, I see the little protrusions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it goes on kind of sideways.
Oh, I see. You just rotate it.
see if I have it on right.
Yep, and then you just twist.
Okay.
Okay? And then the battery cover, I'm going to take the plastic coating off here.
Okay. I don't see any batteries in there.
We'll put some in. They will last for the disposable about 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
And then the rechargeable lasts about a day and a half or
Oh,
so.
I see. Okay.
So here's a couple of the disposable. You have a couple big boxes in here as well.
Good. They're huge.
They are pretty large. And you're familiar with the batteries. You peel the sticker
Yeah.
off and that activates them.
Mm-hmm.
And then generally you want to wait like a couple minutes before you cover them
Okay.
so that they can fully activate to get the most length of time out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes inside of here and it only goes one way.
Okay.
So if you're having a hard time, you know it's just needed to be switched around.
Okay.
Getting this apart is not easy until you have it connected.
Oh, I see.
And then it's much easier to pull them apart, okay? I wouldn't recommend trying that way,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
Do you want to practice? Make
Yeah.
sure you feel comfortable with that.
Sure. The easy one like that. So this.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. Boom.
Right. Very good.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
So once you're assuming your battery is good, it will turn on the device without pressing any buttons once your battery is connected properly.
Okay.
And you can see if you want to try again, the light's gonna start flashing. Whoops.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. So the green flash indicates which program you're on. I saw one green flash, meaning program 1. You have 4 programs. Program 1 is the softest, which is the one you were listening to today.
Okay.
2 is a little louder, 3 a little louder, 4 a little louder.
Okay.
So the goal is between now and when you return to see how high up on the programs you can go with it still being comfortable. Generally, I would say keep it on program 1 probably at least a few hours. Maybe you'll need it on it the whole day. If you feel like tomorrow, okay, I'm ready to try number 2, maybe start it off on 1 for a little bit of time. Go ahead up to 2. If that's comfortable, stay there at least a few hours before you go up again to try 3. If it's not comfortable, go back to the one you were just using. Does that make sense? So we're kind of slowly working up the ladder, okay? If 4 or 3 or whatever is never comfortable despite trying a couple times, that's okay. You don't have to be on 4 by the time you return.
Okay.
We're just trying to see kind of what you're able to tolerate in terms of sound. Again, always want it to be comfortable. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
How do I change the program?
Good question. That was the next thing.
Oh, that was good there.
So the button would be one way.
Okay.
A quick press. So that's program 2. Program 3. 4. And then back to 1. Okay. The other option is in here using your remote. So now here's your programs.
Okay.
And then to go up, you use the up arrow.
All right.
And then once you're to 4, you'll have to use the down arrow to go back down to any of the previous settings.
Okay.
Volume is over here, and we want to keep it at a 6. So we don't really want you to adjust the volume, just the programs.
Okay.
Once we don't have to use those louder programs, then you can play more with the volume. but for the first month or so, just the programs is what we want you to do.
Okay.
Okay. So far, so good?
Good.
Okay.
So this is paired with this device.
Correct. They're
If
paired.
she's got a cochlear,
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna mess hers up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep,
All
yep. A good
That would be
question.
horrible.
You're right, yeah. Oh, look,
Yes.
I have the power. Okay,
Now this remote, if you're not using it, I would power it off.
okay,
The screen goes black or blank after, a few seconds of not pressing buttons. But just go ahead and turn it off, conserve your battery life.
okay,
And also so you don't accidentally hit something and adjust something you didn't intend to.
Okay.
So slider is off and on, green being on, red off. Do you want to hang on to the remote or?
what's this other button here?
That one is for different things that we probably won't introduce today because we're
Okay.
kind of taking it one step at a time.
Right.
But like things like the microphone that someone else can wear,
Ah,
those sorts of devices, your accessories.
okay,
Also, it can be for telecoil if you wanted to try it on the phone. I don't anticipate you wanting to really hear on the phone for a while, to be honest. It's
Right.
going to take some time.
Right.
Some patients can hear on the phone with their implants. Some patients really struggle still. So time will tell in that regards as well.
okay.
You have an iPhone, it sounds like? Okay. Do you have the app loaded to that
Yeah,
already?
I loaded it on the way over.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
well, it's over there. It's in
Over,
there.
right, that's right.
So we'll do that
So,
later, maybe.
we would need to pair this with your phone,
Okay,
in order for you to use the app to control it, but that would be the other option.
okay.
Since you're recording, I
Yeah,
don't know if you
we'll do
want to
that.
wait on that.
Yeah, we'll do that before I leave.
Okay. So we covered programs. Let's have you.
So that when you put the battery on,
Uh-huh.
it's on.
Correct.
Because I always thought it turns on when you hit
Well,
the magnet.
it turns this on, but you can't hear it until you get it all positioned correctly on your ear.
Right,
Because it
but
has
that's,
to.
okay.
Does that make sense?
But it's using battery life,
Correct.
even when it's not on my ear.
Yes, unless you
you
take the
remove the
battery
battery.
off.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yep.
right.
Correct. Let's see. It's like breaking your nail trying to get
What's up?
these.
What is it?
I'm just trying to check to see. They made these especially challenging for this device.
Oh, it's childproof.
It's
also
really,
audiologist proof.
It really is. Yeah, it's not very fun trying to replace that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'll deal with it for now.
Okay.
Actually, I'm planning to get a haircut, so
Oh, really?
there'll be
Okay.
even less hair than there is
Okay.
now. So it'll stick a little better probably.
Okay. I mean,
Until
yeah,
next week.
I would say be careful. Obviously, this is something you haven't had to wear before, so I'd just be a little more cautious.
Yeah. How does it work with a hat? I mean.
That can be a little challenging
Yeah.
as well. I mean, that probably will be fine.
Because this is right on the.
Okay.
It's going to cover it.
Okay. So generally I would start with it on and then maybe pull the cap away from it as you put it over it
Okay.
so it doesn't knock it off.
I see. Okay. That's a good idea.
Do you want to try putting it on your ear?
Well, let's just. Yeah. We'll just.
That can be
Is
a
it-
little difficult for some people, kind of getting the hang of having
Oh, I
it,
see.
yep, rest behind your ear. Yep, getting it, good. And then that, yep, perfect.
That's right.
The
Where's your arm, please?
magnet part is kind of, oh, yeah.
Ooh, surround. Yeah.
And do you see the coil kind of hanging there?
Yeah.
So the this part faces outward, and then the other side faces your head, your scalp,
Where am I? Okay.
and
So the smooth part is towards the.
exactly. And without trying not to make it fall off, can you find where your magnet is?
It'll find it. There it is. And there's noise.
Perfect.
Alright.
The little chipmunks are in there.
Great. Perfect. You feel okay with doing that?
I do. Now I have to do something I promised
Try it out.
my friend Jeff. That the first music I would listen to is, and it sounds just as mechanical as our voices.
Does it? Okay.
I wouldn't know it's music except for this here.
Yep, yep. I'm not
Okay.
expecting music to sound wonderful
This is
for
gonna-
a little while.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to practice on my real piano with
Yes.
this chirping in my ear.
Are you a musician?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, who else would carry around a roll-up
I
piano?
figured, but-
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Very neat.
Okay.
What
What else
else?
are we doing?
Just checking.
Okay. The other thing, let's see. So I showed you a few batteries are in here.
Okay.
A bunch of others are in here.
Wow. Okay.
The rechargeable batteries. Here is the power adapter. It has it for pretty much any country you would visit.
Okay.
So you'll just need to find the US one in there.
Okay.
And then
You want me to stay with the non-rechargeable first, or?
it's up to you. It's I mean, I would wait until those die personally before I started using the rechargeable.
Okay.
The rechargeable you put on the exact same way as the disposable ones. They just don't open or separate like the disposable one does, because you don't
Oh.
put batteries into it, obviously.
I see.
So here's what the rechargeable battery looks exactly the same.
Okay.
The
Hold
only difference
Yeah.
would be, or one of the differences